I like to make lists, I like to check things off, and I like to have visual aids when explaining topics. So I came up with this cheat sheet for new brands to go through the basic steps for trademark protection and for building that new brand, hopefully building a bold brand. So if you are watching this, you will see the visual that accompanies with the video or in the notes for this. If you are not watching it, you can check out my visuals at ericpelton.com, where you will find this cheat sheet that I'm referencing. And it's really 6 steps to ensure that your new brand will be on its way to having a strong foundation. Okay? The steps themselves are short and simple. Complying with them might be more difficult, but if you're aware of them at the outset and you follow these steps, it makes it much, much easier to get that strong protection and set your brand on a good path. Choose a creative name. That's the underpinning of it all. That's the foundation of this house you're going to build for your brand. Start with a creative name that's not boring, that's not taken by somebody else in the industry, that's not generic or descriptive, and you're off to a great start. For more information about that, search my site for anything about brainstorming tips or the spectrum of trademarks. Then, ensure that the name is unique in your industry. That means doing a search and working with a professional to do a comprehensive search. So, for more information about what that entails and what the options are and the details, search my site for information about a comprehensive trademark search. The third step on this cheat sheet is to apply for registration with the USPTO. Lots of content on my site about that. Search for trademark application, trademark registration. Of course, it is critical as you build this brand, now that you've selected and cleared it, to begin the application process with the US Patent and Trademark Office. Next step to help with your brand, acquire relevant domain names, social media handles. That's relatively straightforward. Domain names that match identically may not be available. I don't think that's a big deal as long as they're not being used by a competitor. Just get whatever brand names you can for insurance that nobody else is going to take them and cause problems. So if you search my site for tips about social media, you'll see more details about that. The next to the last step, make sure you're using proper trademark notice. The TM symbol, the SM symbol, the R with a circle symbol. Lots of information, visuals, videos, podcasts on my site about that. Search for proper notice. And then finally, to help tie this all together, the 6th step on my cheat sheet for protecting a new brand is to keep good records of all these key dates. So when you came up with the name, when you started using the name, when you applied to register the name, if someone developed a logo for you, keep records about that. Having all of those, it's just basic records, not a voluminous amount of information, but keeping those basic records all together in one place is going to help working with someone to protect your trademark and help in the event of a dispute, whether you have to defend a dispute or initiate a dispute against someone else. So it's worth taking a little bit of time to set up that step to keep those records. If you search my site for more information about records, you might find references to like Bruce Springsteen or Paul Simon, but you'll also find things about keeping records of your key trademark dates. So that's my cheat sheet to get your brand started, set up, off and running with a strong foundation. If you have questions about your brand, reach out to me, please, at eric@ericpelton.com. Always happy to set up that initial consultation and talk about your business and your brand.